Hello, my fellow scientists. Welcome back to another episode of Science is Everywhere, the home edition. And today we have a pre-recorded interview with someone who is back by popular demand. We have Dr. Karen Tancuan. Hello.
Hi.
So we're so glad that you were able to take a break and talk to us again. We have a lot of questions left over from last time. And like I said, this is pre-recorded because we had to catch you during part of your day. But we just appreciate the fact that you have the time for us. So thank you.
My pleasure.
So I'm going to go through all of these questions and I'm hoping to get answers for people. So this may be a little fast and I apologize for that. I'm already talking quickly, like somebody hit my fast forward button. All right. Are you ready, doctor?
I'm ready.
Okay. So first of all, just tell us a little bit about the setting that you're in right now, because you are in a different setting.
Yes, I'm in my clinic right now in one of the exam rooms. So it's got a nice little couch and everything, but we'll do a tour at some other time.
Yeah.
To get more thorough. But yeah, I'm at work right now.
You get little teasers too, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So first of all, talking about your office, what are the types of creatures and animals that you serve and take care of?
So I'm a general practitioner for small animals. See mostly dogs and cats, but I also do see the small pocket pets like guinea pigs, rabbits, ferrets, hamsters. Don't see reptiles or birds, so pretty much anything with fur I see. No scales or feathers.
No scales or feathers. Now, in terms of what you're trained to do, what's your breadth? What are you able to do?
What am I able to? So this particular practice is, we like to do a lot of preventive care. So basically keep pets healthy rather than just reactionary, where we just treat them when they're sick. We do see sick pets, we do see surgeries, etc. But our focus is preventive care. So it's a bit different than, kind of being like, oh, we're here when it's injured or sick. We actually want to help and educate clients to take care of the pets so they stay healthy.
So it's a constant care.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. And I want to make sure that I get everybody's names too, because it's very important.
Okay.
So and actually that question was from a couple of different folks. So I didn't give any names
Okay.
for that one. That was just a general.
Broad, okay.
All right. So Vindu would like to know, or excuse me, her 8-year-old daughter would like to know, what is the coolest animal you've ever come across?
I think they're all cool. Yeah, I don't discriminate. So, I am partial to dogs. I do love dogs, but man, I have a cat too. So I enjoy all the pets I see, especially if they're nice to me, because sometimes they don't know what's going on. They don't like me so much, but yeah, I would say I know it's cool. Yeah. It's just cool when they actually enjoy coming here. So it's not necessarily just a specific animal that I think is, they're all cool. Just like everyone's cool.
So I guess piggybacking onto that one, is there a strangest animal that you've seen?
Strangest animal. Yeah. I guess I did treat a snake a few years ago, kind of because it was a friend's animal and a friend's pet, I should say. And I think it was 19 years old. So it was a really old snake. And she just wanted me to try. It actually had an injury to its back. And it was one of those snakes that would constrict their prey. Mm-hmm. And it couldn't eat, it couldn't really eat because it literally injured its back. And I actually got a chiropractor. Yeah, I got a chiropractor to look at it. And we had to tube feed it and everything. So actually it's cool because I had to ask experts in the field to help me with the pet. And it easily transferred because our verbiage is the same, giving fluids and tube feeding. So it was actually surprisingly easy to treat a snake that I'm not used to treating snakes. So, it was a very collaborative thing. And again, I got a chiropractor to consult with, etc. So that was fun.
Well, the fact that animals have chiropractors too. There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Maya, let's see, she has someone who she knows who's 7 years old and wants to know what do dogs need when they get sick? This is kind of a broad question.
Yeah, a broad question. So I think the last time we talked, we mentioned that dogs are very similar to people. So they get a lot of the same diseases that we do, like heart disease, diabetes, stomach issues. They break bones. So it's really hard because they need similar things to what we need depending on the situation. So you know, like sometimes they need surgery to help repair a broken bone, or if they are diabetic, they need insulin just like a person does. So anything that can go wrong with a person can go wrong with a dog. So so we pretty much do similar things that your own doctor would do, and we vaccinate them and everything. So yeah, so it's a broad question, but yeah, pretty much everything that humans can happen to humans can happen to a pet.
Well, it makes it very relatable too. Like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, this would happen to me. This is what I would do, or have a doctor deal with.
Exactly. And you know, I get a lot of questions from people about their own condition, because they'll ask me like, what should I do? And I'll actually make my best guess, and they'll go to their doctor, and I guess right. So
What you do in your spare time as humans, okay?
exactly.
Okay, so we have a Lois Miller, and she has, I believe it's Allie, and a couple of different questions. So we talked a little bit before about how cats who are white can get sunburned. She wanted to know if orange or yellow tabbies can also have this happen to them.
Actually, because of the pigment on their skin, it's not as frequent. So just like in people, when you're more pigmented, you are less prone to sunburn and skin cancer. So the more pigment they have on their hair, so the orange cats have a nice, you know, orange bright coat, so it's not as prone to sunburn or skin cancer. So that's a good question. It's usually just the pale colors that get sunburn and skin cancer.
So we have to be, with sensitive skin, we have to be more mindful.
Exactly.
Or fur. All
fur.
Kinds of things. We talked about her fur last time too. I'm still working on that mohawk. She would also like to know if you've ever treated a horse or a tiger. She has a grandmother who apparently was a vet who might have had this experience.
That's awesome. I have not treated a tiger, but I have treated a horse, specifically in veterinary school. I didn't specialize in horses. They're actually really fun to work with though, because everything's bigger. So, and they're very gentle for the most part, more gentle than some of my patients. So I actually am certified in acupuncture, and I was able to learn a lot on horses because their structures are so big. I could kind of translate to, okay, this is what it looks like, you know, in a horse. So if I can shrink it down, it's pretty similar to a dog. So that was fun learning on horses. And again, they just really tolerate quite a bit. So, but yeah, I don't see them in my practice, unfortunately.
No tigers have come through recently.
No tigers.
Tabbies, yes. Tigers, no.
No.
But that is interesting, like you said, that you are trained for multiple different animals versus what you normally see on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
So, okay. So that kind of also answers Mackenzie, who has Iris, who's 8 years old, and they wanted to know what types of animals you take care of. So we've kind of covered that. So we have a Perna who is 7 years old who would like to know, is it bad if dogs lose teeth?
Well, so when they're young, just like children, they have their baby teeth that they lose. So that's normal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So they lose all their baby teeth at around 6 months of age. So they definitely, you know, mature faster than humans do. If they're past 6 months of age, they've lost all their baby teeth and they're losing their adult teeth, yes, that's a concern, because usually that means there's disease that's breaking down the bone around the root of the teeth. So it is bad if it's adult teeth that they're losing. So if that's the case, you definitely want to seek the care of your veterinarian so we can take a look and see what's going on.
But circling back to kind of what you said before, like when we lose teeth, you know, an adult teeth, what can be done for us? Are similar procedures for dogs, or is it a little bit different?
Yeah, so there are veterinary dentists out there that can do root canals. again, I think they can do everything that your dentist or orthodontist can do.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for my purposes, I do dental cleanings and I do pull teeth, but I'm not specialized in the orthodontics and root canals and such. So if a client's interested in that, we do refer them to a veterinary dentist. Yeah. And we do dental x-rays and everything similar to people. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So along the dog lines. And then, I'm sorry, I had to laugh because we've all had pets and think about similar situations. Is it okay for dogs to eat poop and paper? Apparently this dog does this sometimes and also has eaten a little bit of leather off of a ball. All of us who own dogs have had situations like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, poop ideally should not be consumed just because it's meant to come out of the body. Yeah, but it is worse if it's another animal's poop because you don't know if that feces has parasites in it. So if, let's say your dog eats poop from a cat, like a stray cat or something,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that cat has parasites and then the dog could get sick from that. Typically, if they eat their own poop and they're healthy, they don't have parasites, it's really not a big deal. It's kind of gross. So we do have products to discourage that. So, but yeah, a lot of puppies especially, they're very curious. They want to smell everything and taste everything. So, but usually we notice that they grow out of that. But there are products you can put on their food to make the feces less tasty. You would think it would already be not very tasty.
Well, it sounds like this particular dog is eating all kinds of things, which again, going back to like what you're saying with puppies, they may just be figuring things out. Toilet paper, things like that.
Exactly. They're just curious. They want to taste and smell and touch everything, just like a little toddler would do.
Yeah, unfortunately, little babies, that's first thing is that what?
Yep.
I'll put that down. Okay, so it looks like Jap, 7 years old. Are you scared of the animals that you treat sometimes?
If they give me some signals that they are about to bite me or, lunge at me, yeah, I get a little scared. We'll then at that point suggest, okay, maybe we need to give this dog something to calm it down to the owner and try again another day, because we never want to push the pet so that they're really scared of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been some times when I'm like, oh, he's kind of lifting his lip at me and growling, ears are back. That's giving me the signal that, okay, I better not push this dog or cat for that matter any further. Talk to the owner and say, hey, I have some medication to calm your pet down, make it more comfortable. Let's try again another day. So yeah, it definitely can be a little scary sometimes.
So it's reading body language just like you would people.
Exactly, yeah. And we try to not to force anything on the pet. We want it to be as pleasant for them as possible. So they come back and they're not too upset when they come back.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to upset them in just period. So that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
Okay, so Adriana, is it true that small rodents can have heart attacks?
Yeah.
About this.
Actually any animal with a heart can have a heart attack if it's, sometimes out of just being scared, especially the smaller animals, because their heart beats so quickly. And if it beats fast enough, eventually it just shuts down. So they can absolutely have heart attacks, yes.
So it sounds like the smaller animals just naturally have a faster occurrence of heartbeats.
Yes.
To start. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. She would also like to know, I think I know the answer to this, but I want to make sure. Do you treat aquatic animals?
No, I don't. Yeah, that's another specialty. There's so many animals out there. It's hard to be able to treat them all. And I think it's best for the animal if you have someone who really knows and deals with that particular species all the time. So that's why most veterinarians, just like most doctors, medical doctors, are kind of branching out so that they can just be really good at certain species instead of everything. And that way we can get them the best treatment possible. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And all-encompassing question to wrap up. And just to remind everybody who's watching, this is pre-recorded, but we're working on some special things, which I'll get to in just a second. What qualifications do you have, and how can kids become vets like you?
Oh, I love that question. So, yeah, so basically, I decided to become a veterinarian when I was in college. So, of course, I did the grade school, junior high, high school, and then went to college, and then made a decision that I wanted to be a veterinarian. So at that point, I applied my junior year of college to veterinary school, got in, and then I did 4 more years of veterinary school. So it's a lot of school. Every country is a little different, though. Just to give you an example, Australia is a little bit of a different system. You can decide to be a veterinarian right after high school and then go straight to veterinary school. So I graduated veterinary school, I think I was 27 or 28. But some of the Australian veterinarians are coming out of school already veterinary at 24. So they come out really young. So I've actually had some people I know that live in the United States. They want to move to Australia so they can kind of fast track it and get through the school a lot quicker. But I actually like the fact that I went through a 4-year college, because what if I decide I don't want to be a veterinarian? I have a degree to back me up. Also, you only actually need your associate's degree to apply to veterinary school. There's certain requirements, classes that you need to take to be able to apply. So biology, developmental biology, physics, chemistry, organic chemistry. Those are the typical recommended courses.
I love all the science. Go for it.
Yeah. So if you get that done in 2 years and you get your associate's degree, you can go ahead and apply to veterinary school and get in before you get your 4-year bachelor's degree. So I had a classmate in school. So in a sense, it's similar to Australia, because it's a little faster. I had a friend a classmate in school that just did 2 years and went straight to veterinary school. She was really smart too. So if you really know that you want to be a veterinarian after high school, you can just kind of like focus in on what classes you need right away. And within 2 years after high school, you can get into vet school if your grades are good. There's only about 28 or 29 veterinary schools in the country versus hundreds of medical schools. So it's definitely hard to get in.
Competitive,
so it's definitely good to get good grades, volunteer at a shelter, get as much experience as you can. But veterinary schools also like you to have kind of a broad knowledge. You want to be good at communication too, because as a veterinarian, yes, it's good to like animals and be good at sciences, but you have people that you have to communicate with. So they actually like it if you have English classes, communication classes. So don't just, focus, but also broaden your horizons at the same time, because the veterinary schools really like that. To make it long story short.
Well, you're inspiring the next generation. So well, thank you very much.
Veterinarians, so.
You could use some help right now, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I know you had your lunch hour that you put aside from us. Again, this is something that is pre-recorded, but as previously talked about, we are going to try and have not just a live interview with our good Dr. Karen, but also she is looking to give us a tour of her office as your pet would see it as you kind of walk through. So we're looking forward to that. Cross your fingers. We will make announcements here on Facebook and social media to let you know what's up and coming with Dr. Karen as soon as we have everything situated. Thank you for your time today, scientists. Hope you enjoyed the answers to your questions, and thank you again for providing them. And so we will see you at our next edition of Science is Everywhere. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our virtual Purple Museums broadcast. If you're enjoying this content, please consider making a donation to support our efforts. Our broadcasts are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stay in the loop by joining our email list by visiting www.cdm.org. Sign up today.